And we're back. This is now the final battle against the person who helped me make this team, Catmaster Joel. Immediately I knew I was at a disadvantage because he helped me put this team together, helped me put what I should do in situations, and he goes with this team, a Sandstorm team, and I'm thinking, ah crap, I'm gonna lose, because he already knows. So he goes out to his Garchomp, he goes to his, I was thinking of switching, but I was thinking I don't want this guy to get a free whatever, and I go for the Seed Bomb to go for the neutral damage of neutral and stab boost to break that sub. No, I'm not going to say I predicted the sub because that would be a lie. And he goes for the outrage, and I put in 4 EVs on this Jumpluff, and guess what? That 4 defense EVs helped. So I live off the magic pixel with 3 HP left, hit it with Seed Bomb, do just enough damage for that anyone who goes in is going to be able to take it out. However, I don't have Sunlight up because I'm assuming that this guy knew what he was doing, sending his Garchomp out and not his Hippowdon. So I didn't want to send in my Ninetales just yet. So I sent in Probopass for some stupid reason. I was hoping that he'd be able to hit himself in confusion, but guess what? He doesn't. Goes straight for the sub, and I'm like, I'm screwed because I don't want to worry. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to switch out. I want to take this thing out, but I can't. I'm hoping that he goes for the confusion, and he doesn't. And that's definitely going to take out my Probopass, because even though Probopass has a buttload of defense and can take an Energy Ball from a Politoed and an Energy Ball from another Pokemon that has a lot of special defense, special attack, can't take something that beastly from a Garchomp. So I send in my Ninetales finally to try and break that. No, I don't try to break it with this. This is where I try to play a little technical. I send him in just to get the sunlight up, and then I send in my Espeon. Now this is my Magic Bounce Espeon, which bounces back all status effects, and I was hoping he'd go for the confusion and hit himself, and yes, he does. That was a pretty decent play, but because I have the drought out and he has to put in his Hippowdon to get rid of it. But no, I thought he was going to do it, but instead he goes to his Scrafty, and I go for the Yawn. Instead of just attacking me head on, he goes for the Bulk Up because he knows I can't do anything to him. It's Dark Fighting, and I'm only one move, Psychic, Yawn, Protect, and Wish. So automatically I know I'm not going to be able to do anything. So I think he's going to attack me on the next turn, and I start to wonder if this thing has Pursuit. Then I can't really remember this thing's moveless at all, and instead of just switching out, I try to stay in just to see what happens. He falls asleep, and guess what? He has a Chesto Berry to wake it up. So I'm annoyed. I go for the Yawn anyway, just to make sure, and he goes for another Bulk Up. So that's 2 Bulk Ups so far, or 3. I wasn't paying attention, but he has quite a bit of Bulk Ups, and he's trying to sweep my team with this thing. And I'm scared. So I'm thinking he's going to attack me now, but no, he goes for another Bulk Up. So by now, I'm worried. And this is another reason why I'm glad I took out Ninetales. Because I was able to put this thing to sleep with my Espeon and go for the Ninetales to try to take this thing out with Heat Wave. Yeah, I don't manage to take it out, but I do a lot of damage to it. So that's 1 turn of sleep. And I go for the Heat Wave. And it does quite a bit of damage. It does about, I say about 70% of his health. So he goes for the Drain Punch. That's going to take me down to my Sash. And that's going to give him like 156 HP back, I think. No, I don't think Drain Punch works like that. Anyway, he gets a critical hit, which wouldn't have mattered because that thing is a beast. And he gets a lot of HP back, almost full. And I was thinking that if he's at full HP, he got down almost to less, I'd probably been able to take it out, but instead, he lives on just a few pixels left, and goes for the Drain Punch. Thankfully, I don't have that much HP left, so when he does drain, he only gets like 1 HP left, so that's good. So, I send in my Be Happy, my Sunflora, who is the MVP of the last few games against my battle against Convict, and go for the Hidden Power Fire because the drought's still up, and I didn't want to just go straight for the Leaf Storm, thinking that he was either going to switch or try to bait me out with something. So he finally goes into his Hippowdon, because he knows that as long as Sunflower is there, I'm going to outspeed everything he has. So he does a smart thing, he just sends in Hippowdon. But even with Hippowdon, with his massive special move defense, with the Sandstorm, Sunflower is such a monster that he just tears through that extra special defense with Elite Storm. One hit KOs that thing. Awesome. I just love Sunflora. Even without the sun, even without the drought, let you know that you have to be happy when Sunflora is on the field. She's gonna own. So he sends in his Probopass, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to go for another Leaf Storm because I'm already down by +2. So I send in my Mira, my Espeon, and this is where I get a little confused. Originally, I thought that Magic Bounce only reflected status effects like Toxic, Thunder Wave, Confuse Ray, stuff like that. But apparently, as you'll see in this match, that it does not just bounce off status effects. It bounces off all types of effects that aren't just status, like Taunt. It bounced back Taunt, so he's no longer able to use, well, all he has is Taunt anyway. That Probopass has like Volt, Switch, Taunt, HP Fire, and Sunny Day, I think. So he goes for the Psychic. I go for the Psychic, just to see what I can do, and I do a little bit of damage, but guess what? It's a critical hit. So I know that I'm not going to take this thing out. So he goes for the smart thing, go for the Volt Switch, and he does quite a decent amount of damage. Goes back to his Pokemon and goes into a Ferrothorn. Now, neither of us knew exactly what Magic Bounce did, but you'll find out right now that we both find out I find out the good way, he finds out the hard way, how it affects the other team. So because I know Probopass didn't fall asleep, I go for Yawn, he goes for the Stealth Rock. But guess what? Magic Bounce bounced Stealth Rock back, so I got a free Stealth Rock, and I know that this thing only has setup moves, and he can't use Leech Seed, because that would be useless. Can't use Stealth Rock, all he has is a Gyro Ball. So I go for the Wish, I think. Yep, I go for the Wish, he goes for the Gyro Ball, because that's all he's going to do, and I know he doesn't want to switch to take damage from Stealth Rock, and I think this KOs. And yep, it definitely KOs my Espeon, because that thing is heavy. So he falls asleep, and I take this chance to send him my Be Happy. I had a choice of either using Earth Power or Hidden Power Fire, but I know Hidden Power Fire has 4 times against this thing, so I go for it, and it just almost KOs. And I'm hoping he doesn't wake up, because I don't want him to set up Stealth Rocks. And he doesn't wake up, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. But right now, I thought he was going to switch into Probopass, predicting the second Hidden Power Fire. But I think he stays in and just lets me fodder this thing. But that's why I go for the Earth Power, because I thought he was going to use Probopass to predict the Hidden Power Fire, but he stays in. Thankfully, due to a Wish, I was at full HP, so I only had to worry about Sandstorm and Life Orb damage. And he's still asleep after like 2 turns. On this turn's when I go for the Hidden Power Fire, not really caring if he switched, and that's going to take him out. And I do believe this is where he switches in his Probopass. So I take some Sandstorm damage, some damage from the Life Orb. I'm getting whittled down. He sends in his Probopass, and I know that the HP Fire is coming. So I just decide to go all out, go for the Leaf Storm, do some type of damage to this thing. And I do just about half the HP that he had already. I know that if I can survive this attack, I could probably go for another, but because of my Leaf Storm taking down my stage by 2, I know I'm not going to be able to take this thing out. So even though I do survive the HP Fire, I don't survive the Sandstorm. I probably could have taken it out. I probably couldn't have. We'll never know, because Sandstorm got in the way. So I decided to send in my last Pokemon, my Brute Root, if any of you get the reference of where I got that name from, put it down in the comments below. Let me know I'm not alone. So I use Power Whip on that thing. That's definitely gonna. Oh wait, never mind. Didn't get KO. He survived off the Magic Pixel. He goes for the Hidden Power Fire. That does. I'm not worried about it. If it did a crit, it probably would have done about half my HP, maybe a little more. But so far, I'm not really worried about it. So I just go for the Power Whip and go for another Power Whip to kick for the kill. And the last Pokemon he has is a Jellicent. This was an excellent battle, possibly the most epic battle I was in. It could have gone either way. If I had messed up on either of my thinking, or I just played haphazardly least bit, I would have definitely lost. Joel, you did a very great job. I hope to battle you again. I'm not too sure what Joel's YouTube page is, but if you see him on Pokemon Wi-Fi, please give him a battle. He's a really good player. He knew I was just really. I just played probably the best I did ever in any match, and you know what? He probably could have beaten me. And I really had to overwork myself on that match. But yeah, that was a good game, Joel. Good game, Convict. Good game, Jake. And I hope to see you guys again. Once again, I hope you guys go to Pokemon Wi-Fi. Look for me, Riako. Look for Jake. Look for Convict, and look for Catmaster Joel especially. So enjoy the music, and see you later, YouTube folk.